Okay, so hopefully you've already reviewed the tabular form. You're looking at your homework now, and you should be reading for this week chapters 5 and 6, which leads us to 7 to 10, which are the four major market models. That will be the next piece of very important information for managers. Perfect competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, and monopoly. But before we go there, we must look at the basic cost structures for every business. And as economists, we reduce things to graphs. Notice there's the total cost function, which kind of levels out and goes up as we add more employees. Variable costs, same thing. But notice how fixed costs are always the same along the spectrum of quantity. That doesn't change. And this is probably the most important graph we're going to be looking at in terms of this subject, which are the four basic cost functions. So if you look at it, marginal cost trends down and then goes up. It always increases. We call that the Nike swoosh because it looks like that. But if we go back to the previous page, you'll notice the marginal cost gets lower as we add employees or capital, but then the law of diminishing returns kicks in and it starts to go up. Very important that you notice that. And then notice the other three functions. Average of fixed costs, and this is key, it just keeps going down and down and down to the point where as we keep opening up new and new stores, and that's the secret behind chain stores, that's the secret behind McDonald's, the average fixed costs keep going down. So we knock those down to almost nothing. They invented the Big Mac at one point, and that fixed cost has gone down with every hamburger sandwich that they sell. They invented the double latte, and that fixed cost at Starbucks keeps going down as they sell more and more. So that's the secret behind economies of scale or growth. But notice variable costs. They always trend down and then go up. Because in any store, in any business, there comes a point where my production can't match my cost at a certain point. My costs get larger as I add employees or trucks or buildings. Doesn't mean I'm not profitable. It just means my average cost goes up. And so I don't make as much money per unit of production. That's why you see stocks that are really high flyers. They go up right away in the beginning, like Home Depot and Walmart, and then they're still profitable, but they level out because their costs start to catch up with their production, so they can only grow by growth, and they have to make up in quantity what they're losing in cost margins. Think about that for a minute. Take some time and think about that. And notice since fixed costs and variable costs add up to total costs, that curve follows the same line. So I want you to read 5 and 6 carefully and pay attention to this cost curve because it's going to be the same curve we see with all four market models. And these are the short production functions on page 132 and 133. And then I would continue to read these chapters. And finally, there's the problem I want you to do. Just fill it out by using those as examples. So I can make sure you understand this. That leads us to 5 and 6. And eventually, this is very important, and I want you to spend some time with this. Page 173, the four major market models. We're going to spend some time with it. It's crucial to understanding as a manager. Where do your businesses fit along this continuum? We'll be talking.